always been drawing, and it hasn't changed much since I was little. My style, it was really just again, you know, it was an easy way to tell a story without having to compromise too much, and moreover, it just seemed like a logical match because I was always drawing. I used to draw these little comic books in thousands of drawing pads when I was growing up. Just little stories and adventures and things, and it really it seemed to just translate without much thought into film. When I was 15, I got a video camera that had an intervalometer frame-by-frame motor, and it just allowed me to animate, and just that kind of what got me through high school, and it just kind of translated into film work. I've never wanted to specifically be an animator only. My film school was very traditional, and it just sort of happened by accident, and it's just continues to do well, but they serve the stories that I want to tell, and if something comes along that would be better served with live action, I'll just do it that way instead. I remember when I was very, very little, I used to draw pictures for my parents a lot, and I remember I drew one, I must have been like 3 or 4. I drew a big picture for my dad, and I showed it to my dad, and he said, "Oh, yeah, that's really nice, I really like this one." And so I told him it wasn't quite finished yet, and I ran to my room and I wrote 5 cents, like a price tag on it, and then I gave it back to him. And so I think that that I don't know, maybe that told me early on that I'm constantly reading magazines or scientific journals or just information. I can't read fiction, I can't read stories. Project like Billy's Balloon or Rejected, you know, you just start with a concept or maybe just a sequence, and you know it's going to go somewhere. And usually I don't have an ending in my head until, you know, midway through production. And it's just a really nice loose way to work where I can animate my way through and feel it out and make things up as I go. And with Rejected especially, a project that the humor is so experimental, and it needed to be random, and it needed to be fresh. Fundamentally, animation is about movement, and through movement, it's about telling a story. And, I mean, all film, any art form is storytelling. Music, painting, writing and film. It's all storytelling. It's all very primitive. And animation is just no different. It's just a medium with which to tell a story.
That's just how left is you bad. Left is the best.
Touching me. I will.
Construction of the humor in the films is from the timing. I think it's all editing. I think it's there. I've just it's a gut thing for me to sit with the editor, and we just watch the films again and again and again. A lot of animators could make their films 10 times funnier if they paid a little more attention to editing, because I'll watch a cartoon and the joke will be there, but literally if it's 4 frames too long, it's not as funny. For some psychological reason I don't understand, 4 frames can make something not funny. Dark comedy is the most intelligent kind of comedy. It's the sort of comedy where it makes you laugh, but if it's cruel or if it's strange or not what you're expecting, it makes you think about why you were laughing. The most important thing is to not try and please anybody other than yourself, and to not try and impress anybody, because a lot of people worry about their decisions too much and what an audience will think, and if they'll be able to sell it, you know, and all of these things that aren't important. You just need to focus on what you're doing.